Hi, it's Clemmy from the NARM Clinic, and today I'm talking about our microbiome and the impact that it can have on inflammatory bowel disease, Crohn's and colitis. So I don't know if you know, but our gut is full of trillions of tiny microbes. So these are bacteria, fungi, and yeast, and these microbes help to keep us healthy. Now, I'm particularly fascinated by these microbes that live in our digestive systems and how they might be involved in inflammatory bowel disease. Now, there's a common misconception that all bacteria, fungi, and yeast are bad, but we all have these, and they're found in our gut, on our skin, and in a number of other places on our body. And together, these microbes make up our microbiota, which is the grand total of all the bacteria that live on and within us. So how are our microbes and IBD linked? So currently researchers have three hypotheses when it comes to our microbes and their causative role in Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis. Although these three theories are definitely not mutually exclusive, some of them overlap. So the first one is called the persistent pathogen theory, and this theory hypothesizes that IBD might be caused by persistent infection of a microbe that cause disease, something like C. difficile. The second one is the excessive bacterial translocation theory. That sounds very complicated, but this theory suggests that lots of movement of intestinal bacteria through the lining of the intestine, so the intestinal wall, into where it's not meant to be, might cause inflammatory bowel disease. And the third one is the dysbiosis theory. And this theory hypothesizes that there is a shift in balance between beneficial and detrimental bacteria in the intestines, and that can cause inflammatory bowel disease. Now, obviously, there's lots of other things that come together to cause inflammatory bowel disease as well, like our genetics and different lifestyle factors. Now, although dysbiosis, so that's an imbalance of the microbes that live within us in inflammatory bowel disease, has not been proven as a cause or an effect, many believe that at least some of the alteration of our microbiome is protective or causative. Now, this is because researchers have found from taking stool samples from people that people with Crohn's and colitis tend to have less diversity of microbes overall, so fewer different species, and lower numbers of some supportive families of bacteria. Now, we know from other microbiome research that diversity of microbes seems to be key to good gut health and key to overall health. And they've also found that people with IBD often have more species that seem to have a negative impact on our health. Now, the supportive species, the ones that we want to be there, produce different compounds, and these are called, one of these are called short-chain fatty acids, and they are thought to have anti-inflammatory effects and therefore be protective. Now, on the other hand, some species, which are actually found in large numbers of people with Crohn's and colitis, seem to have a pro-inflammatory effect and could potentially be causative or perhaps perpetuate inflammatory bowel disease. Now, the research is still going on and it's still in its infancy, but we're understanding more and more all the time about the role that our microbes play in health and disease, and as a potential causative or protective factor. It is really important that we address our microbes and that we support them when we're looking at the long-term management of Crohn's and colitis. And we know that we have the ability to do this through the food that we eat, so the different fibres that we eat, the different types of food, and also through our lifestyle as well. So sleep has an impact, and so does stress, on the balance of microbes in our digestive system. And the food that we eat and our lifestyle can both positively but also negatively impact the balance, which may then also play a role in our IBD journey. Anyway, there'll be lots more to come from that over the years, I'm sure, and as it comes through, I will keep you updated. I hope that was helpful, and we'll see you again soon.